So I'm Reverend Edmund Green. The things that I do, all the things that I do are trying to help people create more peace in their life. Um, I'm the owner of Smiley's Touch Massage Company, where I intertwine my belief of peace and alignment in my sessions. I'm also the founder of the Majestic Destiny Project, where I try to help others connect to the greater whole and raise their consciousness through different methods that I've found along my way. So today, topic is yes. Oh, the thing.
Do you have your mic on?
I have it, but it's not on. It's not. No, it's not.
Turn it on. Squeeze it. Talk to it. That's your angel.
He's working it. He's got it.
Test it.
It's not connecting. I'll leave it there. It's fine. It's okay.
Maybe make close to the mic.
It's okay. We're out of practice.
It's all right. Yeah. All right. So, welcome to Angels Anonymous. This is a place where you can, a sacred space to tell your story, to be heard, to support others on your journey. I'm Edmund. I'll be serving as your angel for today. So let's begin. What is an angel? An angel is someone who walks with you, who supports you, who is there maybe when you need someone to listen to, or someone, maybe you just need to be held, or you need a shoulder to rest on, or one of those things. By that definition, are there any other angels here today? All right, good. Thanks for coming. So with Angels Anonymous, on my path, something that I found is that when you detect an issue in your life or a conflict, that you go back to the beginning of when that conflict started. I've also found that going back beyond that and going back to different parts of your lives that may have been traumatic, just to see how you feel about them now. So in a sense, going back and allowing that time in your life to play out on a movie screen and watching it in a third person and just seeing your perspective on it now. So for me, today I'm going to talk about when I was a child, from, we'll say, maybe like 9 to 15. So back then I was searching for, so I didn't grow up with my father. Probably around 9 or 10 is when I kind of, he started coming back into my life. And I always wanted to be with him because I didn't spend any time with him. But during that time, I realized, for whatever reason, I wasn't able to go with him, and I didn't understand it. Through that, I started to, rebel, we'll say. And I started doing a lot of things that, trying to find my way as I look back at it. So some of the things I started doing, my grades in school started falling. I started getting into fights in school. I started to steal. I started to run away, I always thought that I was running away trying to get back to my father. But as I looked at it later on, a lot of the times when I ran away, I didn't actually run away I wasn't trying to go to my father. I was just going wherever. I realize now that I was just trying to find my way. My home was good. There was nothing wrong with my home. I just felt like I needed to be other places, so I would leave. But I realized that I never went to any areas that were, what you would say, more happy or abundant or anything like that. Places that I went to, I think when I was probably 10 or 11, I ran away and I just stayed in Public Square downtown all night. And I just sat there on the bench. I slept under, I went to a friend's. I tried to stay there, wasn't able to. So I decided to just sleep under the porch because I felt safe there. And throughout all of that, like I said, I started going to school. I started getting suspended. I was getting in fights at school. I started hanging out with, trying to hang out with bad crowds, started to smoke, a lot of different things. Through all that, I was getting in so much trouble that I started doing counseling, and the counseling was going to be that they suggested that either, because my mom wasn't able to handle me at the time because of the things that I was doing, and she was working, and I also had my little brother around who was 2 or 3 years old. So they suggested that I either maybe I can do some teen programs, I can go into maybe go into foster care for a little bit just to give my mom some breathing room, or if I didn't do any of that, that I was probably going to end up locked up. So after a while, I ended up going into foster care. While I was in foster care, I guess I was happy that I was other places doing whatever I wanted to do, I still kept getting into trouble. I started to play with fire. I think it was on my 12th birthday. I think I was in foster care in Akron, and I almost got arrested for arson that day. I think it was because the foster home where I was at weren't going to celebrate my birthday or the other person's birthday who was there. So I took it upon myself to find something that would entertain myself. So I went to a friend's house down the street and started just lighting things in the backyard on fire. And they came home, we ran. By the time we got back, the fire station, fire department, and the police were there. Talked to my foster mom and said different things, that we're going to end up in jail. But they were the people whose house we were at weren't going to press charges to stay away from there and whatnot. So through all of that, I ended up after all of that, for a while I was good, but I was still trying to find myself. I ended up going to another foster home because of things that happened there. And when I went to the next foster home, I started skipping school again. I started trying to hang out with some gang members to do, whatever, see where I belonged. So one day I ended up skipping school and going out to my other foster home, and I saw my foster sister after she had any money, and she said that she had $1, and she's waving the dollar in my face. So I took that dollar, and she got upset and she got mad, and she was trying to get it back, and I pushed her down, and I rode my bike off. Probably about 6 hours later, when I got home back to my foster home, the police were there, and they were there to arrest me because I stole that dollar from my foster sister. So through that, I ended up getting arrested and going to Akron's Juvenile Detention Center anyway. While I was there, I couldn't believe that I was arrested for stealing $1. So I kept on, pleading not guilty. I had, a public defender there. After about 2.5 months, I was still getting in trouble while I was in there as well. I was like, you know what, forget it. I was going to plead guilty, get this over with, because I'm ready to go. So I pled guilty, and when I pled guilty, I was sentenced to 1 year in Ohio's juvenile penitentiary system. So I went in there, and while I was in there, again, fights. I almost got jumped into a few gangs. A lot of different things happened in that time. But I guess that's a time period for me that I realized that I started to find myself more while I was in that space. I started studying, so I always liked reading as a child. So I started reading a lot of other things. I started looking into other religions. I started learning about Islam, Buddhism, Taoism, a lot of other religious movements, just a lot of other things. From that time, of being in there, I ended up going to a last facility, which was Mohican Juvenile Correctional Facility in Loudonville, Ohio. While I was there, I again still got into a lot of trouble. I was 14 then. I was locked up with people from ages, I think 12 to 21. For people in there doing they did a lot of, I'd say, much worse things compared to what I did. So there was a time where we had to, I joined the choir when I was at that facility, and I started singing, and this ties into another talk that I did. But while I was there, I was going to do a solo at Mount Vernon Nazarene College. And I had to have a level 3 in order to get that, and I was a level 3, but the counseling thing that we're going to, we all had to tell our life story. I didn't want to tell my life story because then I had to let everyone know that I was in there for stealing $1. So it came to, my counselor told me that I had to do that, or that she was going to drop my level down. And I prolonged it, and the last day, I was going to, and somebody else decided they wanted to tell their life story. When they did that, she told me that there was no more time left, so she was dropping my level down. Which from that, I got angry and I cursed her out. Sometime after that, I guess, I don't know, I don't remember exactly why, but I was chosen to be part of a therapeutic community group that they were starting to different inmates to come together and I guess try to make the environment inside a better place, but also try to figure out how we can help others outside the facility that helped them before coming in. So I did that, and I was there for 2 months, and I ended up coming out. And even after coming out, I was starting to do good, but then I was still, again, getting in trouble a lot, still leaving, still doing a lot of things. So after all that, I still ended up graduating when I was supposed to, even though I was skipping school. I actually almost failed the 10th grade and the 11th grade, but my guidance counselor helped me. My English teacher and my world history teacher both gave me a D on my year, even though I missed 4.5 months out of school. Those were two teachers who, my English teacher was my track coach, and I used to skip that class a lot. I would go to his class, and I would stand there, and I would wait for the bell to ring, and he would ask me if I was coming in, and I'd say not today. Eventually that year, all the teachers in the school knew my name, and as I was skipping class and walking through the halls, they'd be like, Edmund. are you on the way to science class today? Are you on the way to, world history or whatnot? I didn't realize why they knew my name until a long time after, from talking to my guidance counselor, who helped me get into Tri-C to take college classes, which I skipped all that too. But anyway, skipping to all that, I still graduated on time. I ended up giving a speech at graduation, my first speech that I ever did. I don't remember what I said in that speech, but I know that it took a very long time for me to get through it because people wouldn't let me. I'm going to say people wouldn't let me finish talking. So there was a lot of people clapping and stuff, and I just wanted to get through it, and it was like 9 pages long. So, but looking back at all that, while a lot of those things are bad things that happened at a time in my life that weren't too great. Yeah, the battery is gone. Battery's gone. It's all right. So I'll talk a little louder. Although those were times in my life that I guess when I was going through them, I was just doing whatever. But as I go back and look through it, I find as Kelly spoke about last week, I think her topic was unwrapping the present of the past. So I go back to that time and find different presents that happened in that time. During that time, while I was getting in trouble, I also started, I think the first school I got suspended from, I had started playing violin in that school, and I got kicked out of the orchestra. Today, I still play the violin here and there to help people heal. The playing with fire, thank you, sir. The playing with fire, while looking back, I guess I was just interested in fire for different reasons. I don't know why. But now today in the Native American ceremonies that I participate in, I serve as a firekeeper. So today, when I was younger, fire was just something to play around with, and that was cool and looked fun. Today, for me, fire is sacred. And I like to speak to the fire and connect with it and allow it to be a part of me instead of just out there. And also with I'm sure there's other things. I believe me running away and just being outdoors. Today I do the forest bathing meditation hikes in nature with trees is where I find peace. I can look back at that time and see that I was, when I was outside in those settings, that I was at peace. And now now I go within the trees and I help other people come to that to find their own peace. And with the community that I started, or that I was a part of at that first institution, so for a year or so, I've been wanting to start a group to help others find peace. And with that was my part of my topic today. Angels Anonymous is actually a group that I am starting. It's like I said, it's a sacred space for you to tell your story, to be heard. Maybe you've lost your way and you need to find your way. You can come there for that. Maybe you found your way and you want to support others. You can come there for that. So that group will be, it may be in person, it may be virtual, it's free. Any donations, if anyone wants to give any donations to that group, they can. All the donations will be used to host more of those groups wherever, and to allow them to spread to other places. that will be so over here on this table to my left, there are some sign-up sheets over there. If you're interested in being a part of that group, you can put your name and your phone number on there. I asked for your phone number because I believe that verbally speaking out what you intend to do and what you want to do helps you heal more than just, I guess, instead of just writing it down, it helps you to release the energy that is attached to those things. So if you're interested in any of those, there's sign-up sheets over there. There's also tomatoes that I harvested from my garden yesterday. Help yourself. And those are the Angels Anonymous is the first of 3 groups that I'm starting. The other one you'll see on the paper is Angels Unite. Angels Unite is it's more so about coming together with different ideas and theories of how, of how the world works, or how you've been guided in your life to share with others, that they may also find something on their journey that can help them as well. And the third group will be coming soon, we'll say. And I guess with that is the end of my talk. But I also want to say that I found on my journey that I'm always searching for guidance and support on where I want to go. And I found a lot of guidance and support from other people that I've crossed paths with. So in that talk is to remember that while there are angels who are unseen, there are also angels that are right in front of us, that are always there to help us. So I hope that all of you remember that you are all angels and that we are all here to support each other. Thank you.
Are there any questions or comments for our speaker at this time?
You are such a kind and gentle soul. I'm glad you made it through this journey to be who you are. What yanked you from one side to the other?
I can't tell you that. I look back and just see that I don't know.
Was it a slow evolution?
I say it was slow, because even going back through my life, it was like I was, I guess going in I don't like to use the words of positive and negative, but I'll say I was going in a negative way for a while, and then I'd stop and I would go back the other way. And that just kept going back and forth, really up until maybe about, say 4 or 5 years ago, where to me now, instead of trying to go in one direction, I just try to focus on the center.
I'm gonna have the mic up, unless you can hear me. Can you hear me? A little karaoke during my birthday week. Well, thank you so much. You know, everybody has a story and everybody has diversity in their life, you know? And I felt you all the way through that. And thank you, by the way, when you came to that day. You know what I'm talking about. And what I'm hearing you say were some of the same things that happened to me, and probably a lot of people here, was, well, for me it was mental abuse, but it's okay. You know, I dealt with that. It took time. It took a lot of time, in fact. But I had my grandmother's gifts. And at the age of 7, I had premonitions, and I foresee. And it's stronger, it's stronger, it's stronger. But what I hear you say, I did the same thing. I kept hitting myself up against that wall.
Some
going
sense.
for the drinking, doing drugs, something. Someone was always put in my path. I met one of my guardian angels in the hospital, and they shut you up, and that's a good thing because I needed to be shut up. Don't you laugh, but it's true. I had a guardian angel drive my vehicle when I was in a blackout, not from drinking, from the pulling on my neck. I should be dead 9 times, and I'm still walking. We're all here for a reason. And yes, I do believe there are angels walking on earth. Thank you for sharing.
I'll say that there's plenty of times where I feel that I should not be here because of the many different environments that I put myself into for whatever reason. So, yes. Anybody else? All right.
I have something to say.
I got one. Oh,
Oh.
you got something to say? Go
Yeah,
ahead.
here, go higher. Sure.
So I just want to add to that too, is that through all of that now in my life now, as I've become to go to center and find myself, now I'm a minister. Today also is my 2 years since I've been speaking here at the church as well. All right.
No, you stay up. Just kidding. I have to say, for Reverend Edmund to be vulnerable up here today to tell his story is such courage, an incredible amount of energy that it takes sometimes to get out of your comfort zone and to share your truths with the world. It's so important, as you spoke as well about your experiences and how you didn't create that victimhood mentality moving forward in your life, to start healing it and to start forgiving and to start finding compassion and to start really aligning to your real truths of who we really are as infinite souls of the light that we are created from. So thank you so much, Reverend Edmund Green. It's an honor to be your friend and also to be on this journey with you, to assist you as you assisted me in my journey on my challenges as well. So let's give a hand for Reverend Edmund Green. Thank you so much.